All right. Hey, how you doing? How's it going? How are you doing today? So there's a lot of debate going on about, there's not a lot of debate going on. Today we're gonna be talking about getting good color out of the Panasonic GH5. So we're gonna be talking about the GH5 and its Vlog profile. A lot of people have problems getting good color out of Vlog, whether they don't know how to grade log footage or they're recording in 8-bit instead of 10-bit. So you're gonna get all types of banding and blocking and shifts in color. So I'm gonna get set up here on the computer. We're gonna open OBS. Hopefully it doesn't run too slow regarding the software we're gonna be coloring in. Need to find OBS. We're gonna open this bad boy up, start recording. And we are gonna be opening Premiere up. So let's open up Premiere. So we're gonna be doing all the grading in Premiere. We're not gonna be doing anything in DaVinci. I know that would be nice, but a lot of people don't own DaVinci and you can't use 10-bit files, or at least from the GH5. I really don't understand why, but you can't use 10-bit GH5 files inside of the free version of DaVinci Resolve. Just buy it. $300 for the Studio Edition. Amazing. They're always coming out with new updates, free of charge, and it's just a great program, all-in-one program to work with. And here we go. We're going to be doing something in Premiere after all that talk. So we're going to create a new project real quick. Browse. We're going to just drop this on the desktop. Vlog. GHALEX. So we're going to be using the GHALEX LUT. That LUT has a lot of talk going on around it. Some people might think it's a gimmick. I certainly think a lot of LUTs are gimmicks, but there's a few that I really enjoy, and I think that they're well worth the money because it saves you a lot of time, and this is one of those LUTs. So we are gonna go create a sequence. I already have a preset set for ultra high def footage. We're gonna import some of this footage, some of this footage from the GH5's Vlog profile. Here we go, coffee sequence. So we are just gonna, let's pull up all these shots. What am I doing? Oh boy, here we go. Let's do this thing. Okay, that imported really fast. That's weird. We're gonna be doing playback at half res because my computer might die if I try to do full res, especially while I'm running OBS. You know, it's kind of sad. I don't have like one of the best shots here to showcase Vlog. So we're gonna jump into our color tab, input LUT. So with the GHALEX LUT, always recommended to shoot in 10-bit. If you can't, whatever. But in Premiere, there is a pre-conversion LUT. I think it balances something out within the image. I don't know if it's like some type of pushing a shadow color a certain way or what, but it looks like it balances the RGB values a little bit. And supporting files, Vlog, Premiere Pro, you have an 8-bit Vlog pre-cube or pre-conversion LUT option and the 10-bit. We're gonna use 10-bit. You notice there is some sort of shift in the RGB values. So it is doing something. It's not just a bunch of mumbo jumbo, but we are gonna jump into the creative tab within Lumetri Color and go back to Vlog, conversions, and it comes in 4 different variations: linear, log C, soft, just different ways of how the luminance levels act. The main one that I'm about to choose looks the best, I think. So we're gonna choose it. So there we go, right off the bat, you notice a somewhat green shift in the shadows, a bluish green shift in the shadows. It looks like the shadows have been lifted. A lot of the times with Vlog, at least when Vlog first came out, they always told you to expose it 2 stops over what the in-camera meter would read at. But with this LUT, it wants you to expose basically perfectly at 0 on the in-camera meter. Obviously, there is definitely a shift in color. Let's balance it out a little bit. There we go. We got rid of some of the green cast. And first of all, it looks like the mid-tone values are very, very high. And I almost think that that is what this LUT does, is it kind of raises the mids and it gives that soft, real, full, airy look. Not as in the camera brand, but as in, you know, air. So we are just going to drop midtones a little bit, drop shadows, push highlights. Maybe put a little bit more in the mids. So this is what it's looking like so far. I could probably dial back on the temp, maybe add a little bit more magenta. This is a rough grade. Do not judge me on this. So what this LUT does is it creates this beautiful fall off within, I feel like, all the values, mids, especially highlights, your shadows. It's this really soft, pleasing look. For instance, you could see my shirt there. It does look a little bit blown out in this image because it looks like they took the highlights of a log curve and they pulled down on it a little bit for this LUT, but it creates this really soft, pleasing look. Let's go to another clip. It almost looks like there's like some type of blur in it because it really creates this filmic look. This film as in film stock. And it just looks really beautiful. This is for skin tone. Do not mind my face. Daylight. So right off the bat, you notice the highlights on my face. There's such a nice roll off. It almost looks like detail loss, but what you can do to kind of get that detailed look back again is add some highlights into the footage. So now you have a little bit more structure in the face, add a little bit of contrast into the image. Voila, a little bit more structure in the face. It looks like there's a little bit more detail when you push your curve around a little bit. I can do some balancing here, but I'm gonna just desaturate it. People are gonna kill me. Pull back on the yellows a little bit and the oranges. I'm just gonna leave it like that. But you can tell the skin tone looks beautiful. A lot of people have problems with Vlog and skin tone not looking correct. The fall off is weird. A lot of people have banding problems when shooting in 8-bit with Vlog around here. Definitely some macro blocking in 8-bit files will be going on around these areas, especially color shifts. There's like this weird magenta and green color shift. I don't really understand it, but it happens. There you go. Before and after. Obviously you could dial it in a little bit more, but you get the point of the GHALEX LUT and what it does for skin tones, what it does for highlight fall off, shadow fall off within Vlog. This video is for people that are wanting to get a great look out of Vlog, not using Panasonic's stock Vlog to Rec 709 conversion. You get weird pink skin tones and overall like a magenta pink image. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about this LUT or any questions about Vlog in general, drop them down in the comments and I'd love to discuss it. Till next time, peace.